What's up, Dax Crew? Keeping it a Benji, and I'm getting back with y'all. We got Wack 100 disclosing some things pertaining to Chrisean Rock and also Blueface. Let's tune in to see what all Wack got to say. I'm gonna keep it a Benji for y'all doing a reaction. Y'all keep it a Benji for me in the comments. Let's rock.
Chrisean Rock says that Blueface got fucked into his gang. Speaking of women talking about street stuff.
Well, sometimes a person will let their emotions get the best of them, so they say anything. She's from Baltimore. Let's not forget, she's a Blueface find during COVID, and Blueface already was who he was.
Right.
So she wouldn't know anything about what went on with him and his gang at the time that he was joining his gang. So I know she's visible, people know she is now, but people have to keep in mind that there was a Blueface already screaming famous Crip, screaming Scoop, screaming Schoolyard Crip way before he decided to put his time and energy into creating who he made her to be today. So she wouldn't know nothing about that.
You know, it's crazy how it do be people who actually act like Chrisean Rock made Blueface or something like that. Don't get me wrong, I always give people their credit. The same way I'm gonna give Chrisean Rock her credit for being whoever she has to be to even end up with the opportunity she got to be where she's at now. However, it's just like Wack said, Blueface was already a thing before it was a Blueface and a Chrisean Rock.
You've been part of this whole thing where she moved into the house for a while and then she got kicked out because she made too big of a mess. And he said that she was only allowed to live there because she was homeless at the time, I think.
I mean, that's what it was. You got to remember, I'm the only one with sole power of attorney over all Blueface stuff.
Okay.
Which we did that. We did that the day he had to turn himself in. So I just sit back and I let nephew run his play, and I respect his hand. Although I may not agree with some of the things he does when it comes to that, right? I still got to stay in my place as a man because he's a man. But he knows at any given time, regardless.
You know, it's crazy how Wack can actually be like so many different people, because who he is in the content space, as far as like the podcasting, YouTube, and all that stuff, he might be like wear an image of like a dislikable image. But then when it comes to him on the music side of things, you don't ever hear none of his artists or anybody like that making complaints. Or it also looks like he always tries his best to be there for his artists when they in need. Now, you know, if anything is different, y'all can let me know in the comments.
So what's going on? I can step in there and do whatever it is he needs to be done. But, you know, when you can't get your way and you think you know the way, you got to say something or do something. I mean, for the longest of time, when he stopped talking about her, nephew laid down, people stopped talking. She didn't have no content. Regardless of what you want to say, anything relevant to her has to lead back to Blueface. All roads lead back to Blueface. So when
I agree with that. Like whenever I think about Chrisean Rock, I just automatically think about Blueface because that was like my first introduction to her. I wasn't even the person who like was watching her when she was like, I think competing with the other girls, if I'm saying it right, but y'all know what I'm speaking on. But just like when she became like his girlfriend or whatever, that's when I started understanding who she was. So, you know, she would have to do a whole lot for a long time for me to think about just her and whatever else she got going on and not just think about Blueface.
Hollering the other little basketball player name, or hollering this other dude's name, nobody gave a right? So, okay, I want to get back going. I seen the play. I'm going to start a Twitch account. What am I going to do? Hey, Blue, I wanted this, I'm homeless or whatever. Out of kindness, his heart, he allowed her to come back. What does she do? Go right in the studio in one of his rooms, go live on Twitch, takes a phone call from him that he don't know was wide open. And that day she initiated her Twitch account. But let me show you how karma works. The next day, you go down there to the prom thing in Texas and do whatever they say you did as far as kind of leaving the baby in the situation, right? And Twitch bans her. So the play you ran on nephew, right? It didn't work for you anyway, right? Because he's in the jail cell in good spirits right now. He's in the jail cell trying to do the right things by people and for her.
She said he's been smoking the pookie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how she would know that unless she's in the jail cell.
We're going to have to really pay attention to him when he gets out to see if we get the vibe that he's been doing drugs in there.
Blueface got his 20.
You know, that's like some of the reasons why I kind of dislike some of the things Chrisean Rock stand for. Like, regardless of the fact, you could dislike Blueface all you want, but I feel like you should only be able to dislike him to a certain level because he have helped you be who you are. I understand you got the right to not agree with certain things pertaining to what Blueface might be wanting to do or what he done, anything, whatever. But to just be saying anything pertaining to him, just painting him in a bad light in the public, to me, that's extreme. I feel like it got to be certain type of things that she should be able to do if she want to show that she is upset on some behind the scene type of get down. Or even in the public eye by just like not messing with him or something. I don't know, But just to be saying all these wild things she be saying, like he did this for the gang and this in jail. It's like, come on, man.
30 pounds heavier.
Right.
We all seen that.
You can get heavier and be doing drugs, right?
Now, how does that work?
I mean, not all the drugs make you not eat.
Drugs suppress your appetite. Drugs keep your money flowing elsewhere.
Donnie, you think you can get fat and be a druggie, right?
Not if you are yet.
Years of doing it.
Yeah.
He ain't been in there but 18 months.
Okay.
16, 17 months is like, now if you already a heavy person, then that's just what it is.
But he's going to look crazy to us either way with all these new face tattoos.
He already had face.
Yeah, like when I see certain videos and stuff surfacing pertaining to Blueface and the tats on his face now, I just feel like he definitely got too bored. I understand he was getting the tats and stuff before he went, but it's like, it just makes him look bad in my opinion. Just because the level of what kind of quality the tattoos, what it is, it's like, he Blueface, so it's like if he was going to get the face tats and everything else, it's supposed to be like, stupid, art, clean, crispy clean, like just one of a kind, looking like he paid thousands on it or something, But just to have some stuff that just say some things, like just to have the tats, like, man, I really feel bad for Blueface, you know what I mean? But maybe, when he get out, somebody can do some type of adding to it or, whatever.
Tattoos.
I know, but
he got a big ass goddamn
George Washington
on one side. He always had schoolyard going down his face. He had his, whatever he got right here, his little eating drip thing right here.
Oh, yeah, what is that?
His eating drip thing.
The drip is such a weird tattoo thing because you remember at some point Lil Xan got that too. He just got like dripping from his eye.
Nah,
Blueface
letting
what is
you
that
know.
about?
He letting the female know right in front of him. You know what I'm saying, baby? If you do right and you in, I eat your ass up.
There's a few things.
I can't get mad at nephew because
I don't think that you should. Okay, if you're gonna get a tattoo on your face, I don't think you should get a face on your face. That's rule number one. It's very strange and hard to process, and I realize I have a Lisa Simpson face on my face, but
I'm gonna say you weirdo.
I'm just saying. I think in general, face on the face is a weird look. In addition to that, I think the dripping from the mouth or the eye is weird. I don't think you should do that.
Well, I don't think you as a man should pay attention unless it's on a woman's mouth. Because if we see it on a woman's mouth in our mind, we're going to say she swallows.
So you think it's gay to judge a tattoo?
A man's mouth tattoo, yeah.
I think
that ain't your place to do that.
A drippy mouth tattoo is just as bad as a nipple ring.